This is TWiT.
So Katherine, I think you have a question about security and privacy, right? Yeah.
So you mentioned something about safety and privacy and such. It occurs to me, so that privacy and security get conflated all the time, right? And while they're definitely related, they're not the same thing, right? And I wondered if we could talk about privacy versus security versus safety, because those are all sort of distinct ideas. And while related, I think it's also maybe important to talk about how they are different.
Oh, I love this question so much. It's so timely. I have a strong opinion about this too, and it may not be right.
I was hoping you would.
Yeah. So here's because I've been thinking about this a lot of late, and I think it's actually quite simple. And it's, first of all, I want to say that we should never use the word privacy without a qualifier. Of what? Of whom? Same thing with security. Of what? Of, what are we talking about? And so that's the first problem, is that the way we use the language is a little bit careless, I would say. And so privacy, what we mean when we do that sort of sloppy language, when we say privacy, we're thinking about privacy of people. We're not, it's not, the data doesn't care if it's private, right? It's not privacy of the data, it's privacy of people. The object of privacy is the person, right? It applies to the person. Security, when we say it colloquially in our industry, we're really talking about security of an IT system. It's technology. We're talking about the security and the integrity of the system, right? Two totally different arenas, right? The privacy of the individual and the integrity of the system, the security of the system. And then safety goes back to the person. It's safety of the person. And so for me, even privacy relates to safety of the person. There's a relationship there, because exposure of information can create harm and risk and, not being safe. So in my sort of simplified understanding of it, that's how I've been viewing this lately. It's very clear. The difference is very clear. We're just not so clear in how we use the terms.
Yeah, that's great to hear you say that, because I noticed the same, and I feel like I'm guilty of it too. I am less careful than I should be with my language. And I think that's something that I'd like to work on. And I suspect some other people listening might have the same feeling.